It's happening. Listen, before this episode starts, we just thought we'd make a little clip to let you know that anyone who doesn't know, we now have a Patreon. It is patreon.com/another one podcast. And there's like a few different tiers on there. And we can go and get where you can sign up to us. And it helps us make this podcast. Helps us make it, helps us pay for the podcast. Helps us make it better. Helps us improve and put more content out. We've got big plans for things we want to do. Haven't we? Since
yes, we have. We've got big plans. We have got big plans.
Yes, Rob. Yes.
No, we have got big plans, and without anyone signing to the Patreon, this will die.
Yeah.
This will go away eventually, because if we can't make it work financially, we can't keep doing it, can we?
No, we can't just keep throwing fucking...
No, and we've got Aftermill to buy, and that fucking costs
We've got kids to pay for. Yeah. Listen, I'll be honest, if I can't provide, I'll leave.
Yeah.
So...
And we already know.
You don't want to make an orphan.
We already know how it's going, don't we? So we needed to be giving us something back.
Yeah, please.
Because we're bleeding here.
My kids are begging. My kids begging.
So sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/another one podcast.
That's it. There's 3 different tiers, loads of different prices.
Pick one.
Help
sign
us.
Up. You won't even notice it going out your bank. It's a couple of quid.
Less than a Tesco meal deal. Or, well, maybe more than a Tesco meal deal.
You'd buy a starving man a meal deal, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I'm starving. That's what we are. Look at me.
Look at him. Do you think that? Do you think this?
Help.
Another one.
It's happening.
It's going in.
Hi.
Yeah, Freddy Quinne. Get straight into the intro now, I reckon. I'm missing my headphones. I think I'm missing. I might put them on in a minute, but yeah, no, we never really intro straight away, so we'll intro straight away. Joint one guest.
Aye.
Yeah, we meant to have 2 guests, but traffic has delayed us, so we just thought fuck.
Traffic stop play. So
we told you the guests just to fucking leave it, turn back. We'll go on without you.
You don't need another guest. You've got fucking...
Mr. Freddy Quinne joining us.
Oh, do you mean because you're here? Sorry.
Yeah, exactly, because my personality... No, my personality is so massive and gravitating that it can easily fill... How long is this?
An hour 37.
Oh, Jesus. No, we should have gone with another one.
Every week I think about, do you think an hour's enough? But then I think if we stop now, people will go, they're shortchanging us now. We can't. We've set it at 1:37, and it's kind of like we can't go down on that now.
Have you got to the point now where you do your podcasts and you start checking your watch?
Mate, I got to that point.
I was sick 3 weeks ago. Literally read out the ingredients to water.
Yeah.
To fill time.
It was bad.
Read out the ingredients.
I was there reading the back of the bottle, going calcium.
I did say I enjoyed that pod though, because that back off was avant-garde. Yeah. Not many people will put audio out like that.
Basically, I had norovirus. On my way to the pod. Yeah. So the whole pod was just silent. Then 40 minutes in, I was like, listen, boys, I have to go throw up.
And where do we get to see the podcast of you suffering with foot and mouth?
Probably in about 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks.
No, we haven't got that many in the bank anymore.
Do you know what I love about Another One podcast more than any other podcast?
Oh, here we go.
Is that
this is going to be something horrible, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
I love this. Do you know why? Because it's so shit. It's exactly what's about to happen right now.
There's no barrier of quality that you guys go, we can't put that out. Because I thought after the poker special, I was like, that can't go out. That cannot go out. And then not only did it go out...
You enjoy telling people you hated that?
Not only, I fucking hated it. I fucking hated every second of it. I hated it so much.
Great.
But do you know what? Is I didn't think it was ever going to go out. But not only did you put it out, and in the trailer, there was me telling Rob how much I fucking hated it.
That was perfect.
Totally
it was such a lovely moment.
I hated it. And do you know what as well?
This is art, Freddy.
Do you know what did my head in about
it? Makes people emote.
By the way, beers from our sponsor.
Right, well, can't call it a sponsor. Basically.
Oh, right, sorry.
Remember that gig we didn't boot all that we told you about? Sponsor. Well, if you want to sponsor us and provide us with some more beers, then that can happen. But what has done, they have given us some free beers. They've gifted us some free beers.
It looks nice. I mean, I've never drunk Top Rope before. Strawberry and blackberry wheat beer is what I'm on, which is right up my wheelhouse. However, I've noticed that they're called Top Rope and everything is themed on wrestling, so I'm imagining that this is going to taste like a virgin sweat.
It is all based on wrestling.
Called?
Mostly based on it. Mine's called Head of the Table.
Mine's Foley is good.
Match pairing with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, Royal Rumble 2022.
And
Edge versus Mick Foley, hardcore match, WrestleMania 22. What are you?
Mine's called Live in My Mum's Spare Room in My 30s. That's what mine's called.
Yeah.
Yep, so these have gifted us. So that gig we did in Bootle in the Brewery a few weeks ago.
Do you know what? That's not bad.
It's nice, but
it's not bad.
I've had some when we done the gig. We had some. It was nice.
I'm hungover as well, so I'm shaking like fuck.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
also
It's
hungover.
not bad, that.
I was singing Celine Dion on the way here, just to try and get myself going.
What are you singing? Baby, baby, baby.
Have you ever played the baby game?
You what?
Have you ever played the baby? Have you ever heard this game called where you say baby?
Can we finish telling people?
I'm not even asked about what I was going to say then, but go on.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so from the brewery that we done the gig in a while back, the Bootle one.
Right, listen.
Can I get this out?
No, because there's nothing that you can say that's going to make anyone care. Nothing at all. Either you want the beer or you don't want the beer. If you want it, you've made a decision. If you don't, go fuck yourselves.
Can I tell them the discount code?
The discount code is, I'm going to go with another one pod.
No, it's movement. Top Rope Brewery, if you put movement, discount code, discount movement, and you get 15% off.
Movement.
So head there now. Yeah.
I'll go and get some of them.
Just movement.
What? Just movement.
Just movements.
Just movement, you get 15% off.
I actually I'm not a big IPA man, but that's actually all right.
I'd be interested in that. Like, no jokes aside, I actually like my beer. That's quite a nice one. Good on Top Rope. Right, what do you want to talk about today?
Hang on, what's mine? Flavors of raspberry and cherry over a smooth malt base. Let those fruit flavors shine.
Man, there's 6
points. Pairing them.
6.2%.
Welcome to Reading Things Out Off a Can podcast.
Freddie, we just told you we've got form for it. We've got form for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what as well? This podcast does really, really well.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's in spite of itself. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what it is? It's just people love the chaos.
They do. They're big fans of chaos.
So, you said our poker thing and you hated it. So,
yeah.
But we booked you. Like, let's get this out. We booked you to get pissed and play poker.
Yeah.
And you heard play poker and take everyone's money.
Well, okay.
So that was partly your fault.
Also,
you
as well,
stayed sober to do another podcast as well, you rat.
I heard play poker and we didn't do much of that. So, Christ above almighty. It was like a fucking knitting circle. You two getting shit-faced because you got kids that you don't want to be around. Fucking Phil having no idea what's going on, and me and Jamie, like, for the love of God,
I'm not being funny though.
Check or bet.
That hand when Phil got that ace king, that ace high flush, was a good moment,
that was great.
Wasn't it?
That was a great moment.
It was art. The whole thing was art. It made you feel.
Yeah, it did.
That's what art
2 hours 42 of art. I thought it was all right at the end of it. I've come to terms with it now anyway.
It took us 5 days to decide whether to put it out or not. Us arguing between each other.
Shouldn't have taken 5 seconds.
No, yes. No, yes. Oh, fuck it, yes. We've got to do something. Fucking hell.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you heard what we're doing with ours? So
I know you're doing a live show in the Frog, aren't you?
So we've launched a Patreon, right?
Yeah.
Now, for Dead Men Talking Pod,
Patreon, by the way. Congrats.
Thank you very much. We got 1,000 patrons in 32 hours, which is like some
Lovely
sort of record. But what we're going to do is we've already decided that we are spunking all of the fucking money away all the time. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to sponsor a children's football team.
Yeah.
But we're going to make up a company. So the leader at the moment, we're letting people vote on the Patreon, but the leader at the moment is McCann's Day Nursery and Childcare.
Very edgy.
And then we've also got Fred and Rose Patio Services.
Oh.
And then we've got a Barry Moore's Pool Maintenance.
And who are you going to be? Which child's team are you going to be?
Yeah.
So there's websites that you can find. I think one's called sponsorteam.net or something. Right. And you can just search, there's loads. So we're going to sponsor like an under-16s team with that. 700 quid to sponsor the team.
What about the Portuguese National League? We'll sponsor Lisbon Juniors, Lisbon Under-7s.
but we're going to get our own kits sent through as well as part of the sponsorship deal.
Okay.
And then we found, well, what else can we spunk the money on? So what we decided to do today, and this is fresh off you're the first people to know about this, although you record slightly in advance.
Is Freddy about to hand us a check?
Yeah.
Can sponsor another one podcast?
No, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I've got some shit beer I brewed in my mum's fucking shed. No offence, it's nice.
It is.
So what we're going to do is we have registered the domain.
Sex offenders.
No. We're going to do a fake. So we're going to make a fake child trafficking website called WeBuyAnyKid.com. And it's going to work where you can literally enter the make and model, and it'll give you like a price, and you can upload a selfie of a kid. Right.
This sounds. Where are you going to draw the line?
So what we're going
I said this to Rob Mulholland, like he's talking about getting cancelled by their audience, thinking like they could take a 9-year-old on stage and tickle their balls and go, "Is this a funny bit?" So their audience would just go, "Don't know whether that pedo bit worked where you wanked off the 9-year-old," and it's just like, yeah, that was a new bit.
So here's the thing: is the plan is to try and trick a large right-wing newspaper like the Daily Mail or something into thinking that there is a website called WeBuyAnyKid.com, or potentially getting WeBuyAnyCar.com to sue us, which I just think would be really funny. But
then it'd be funny if that means anything you ever earned went to them.
Mate, honestly, it's just pure. Every fucking Patreon that comes through, pissing money up the wall, making daft content.
I don't even know how you would go about doing that.
What do you mean?
Like, I would.
So the first thing,
I don't know how to do anything, do I? So I mean,
so for WeBuyAnyKid.com, the first thing to do is to register the domain name, which we've done today. The second thing is to
Was that allowed?
What, sorry?
Surely there'd be some sort of phishing thing where they go, that one can't be bought. Like, you can't have the domain of WeBuyAnyKid.
So we're also thinking...
So that'd be okay,
We're also thinking about paying for advertising billboards and jingles on the radio and stuff. But we're thinking about having a dummy website, first of all, as WeBuyAnyKid, and it's like a baby goat website.
Right,
like foster a baby goat.
Okay.
And then the minute that we get like children's football team thing printed up, the advertisers go
like... But
WeBuyAnyKid
as a Google search just isn't good. It's just not a good Google... WeBuyAnyKid is just not a good Google search.
Yeah.
It's just not going to end well. Especially if you put porn at the end of it by accident.
Just wait till you see the outrage where we make the white ones more expensive.
Oh, Frederick.
Hey, this is literally...
Wholesome. You might be branding yourselves as this fucking... We're trying to rebrand ourselves as... We talk about vegetables or whatever.
Read things off the back of cans and that.
Flavours.
We're trying to push it as far as it'll physically go.
We're trying to rein it in.
And then we're going further. Yeah. So, I mean, we're still on Patreon. Patreon's just £3. There's no tiers or anything like that. It's just £3 now.
Tiers of the children.
And you get access to the Discord servers are a fucking place of madness, mate. Holy shit.
I don't want it. Why do you want to speak to them?
A Discord group.
No, it's to let them speak to each other.
Yeah.
All right. So
let them just fucking be horrible to one another. Well, it's nice that you're cultivating this horrible side of the internet.
Most of a lot of conspiracy
like a grooming
theories.
place for the dark web. Freddy's Discord groups just get you prepped for the dark web.
A lot of conspiracy theories start on Reddit. As like jokes that get out of hand, and this is literally what you're.
Yeah, people are going to be pushing and going. Should we do it?
Look at this site. This site is the buying kids.
You are going to be in charge of a pedo ring you never even knew about. They'll be like, "Where do you meet?" Freddy's Discord. You're like, "What?"
Mate, as long as you pay me a kickback, I'm not asked.
Hillary Clinton just signing into Freddy's Discord.
Do you remember that rumour that started a while ago about specific furniture on like IKEA and Made?
We spoke about it on the pod,
we talked about this on
with Roe and Ellis.
With Roe and Ellis, because in America is like
you buy Jenny the wardrobe for $60,000.
Yeah, and it's the child like.
So it's been done, mate. WeBuyAnyKid. It's done by Wayfair. They did it. They've already done it, mate. $60,000 wardrobe called Jenny. Oh well, it seems to be going well for you. Like that first 1,000 for £1 we said that.
The Jimmy Savile documentary's just dropped.
Oh, I need to watch that.
And it says, like,
have you not watched it yet?
No.
Man. So here's the thing, right, with the Jimmy Savile documentary. When you
eventually one of us will get a point out.
So when you watch like Netflix documentaries, right, and it's like whodunit murder serial killers, you're always like, oh, I'm not sure who's done it or whatever, and then there'll be one little video clip of the main person going, well, I guess someone like me could get away with murder. Like you're like, oh, maybe you did. This is literally wall to wall of interviews of Jimmy Savile going, oh, I love fucking young girls. Literally everything.
He was in in Loch Ness, and he goes, "You see any monsters? The only monster around here is me. Saw some young girls before."
It's insane. It's like, nice weather, isn't it, Jimmy? Well, not as nice as two lovely young naked ladies next to me, wanking me off.
Tom Levinson did a TikTok, and it was just funny. He was going like TV producers in the 70s, going like, "We've got children's show we need to fucking try and find a presenter for." What about a really old, horrible, smelly-looking, disgusting man with yellow teeth and hair like a doll you found under a bridge, who's horrible, a dirty pervert? Why not him? Sounds perfect.
This is
so funny.
The point I was going to make is, are you not now worried people are going to be like, well, Jimmy Savile was clearly a nonce. We all fucked up.
Hiding in plain sight.
Now you're starting websites saying we buy any kid, and you look the way you do.
And he's been to Thailand for 6 weeks on his own.
And they're not going to go, actually, let's not make the Savile mistake again.
Yeah.
He's quite clearly a nonce. Let's just go and lock him up. We'll find the evidence afterwards.
That will be you. That is just your trajectory. It's just been...
What I would say to that is that I am the least nonce in this room. Because I
don't have a child.
Don't have a child, number one. So I don't have.
Are you using the whole? If you have a pool, you're more likely to drown.
Exactly. You got access to them every day. I don't, so I'd have to go out and get one.
We have.
Whereas you, right? And another thing is because I used to be a teacher, I'm fully CRB checked. So
yeah, but if you've never been caught, then you can still be a pedo. It doesn't have to be, hey, not on me. It's like, yeah, because you've not been caught yet. It's like, yeah, it's fine. You got to clear a DBS if the kid doesn't say anything.
I can't be a shoplifter. I've never been barred from the Asda.
Yeah. So
I like how you insinuate that I'm somehow the George Clooney in Ocean's 11 of paedophilia.
I'm just saying, it's becoming like
paedophilia.
If it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Right.
And it's getting to the point where people might be going, well, he looks like a nonce. He sounds like a nonce.
But you see,
but is he a comedian or is he a nonce?
We'll still have you on if you get caught, mate. Don't worry.
How do I sound like a nonce, though? How's that possible?
You're very nasal. That's how nonces would be nasally.
I don't think I am nasal.
Yeah, you are.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Nah.
Everyone's impression of you is...
That's not nasal, that's gruff.
Oh, well,
Nasal's... like that.
I don't know.
I just got nonce vibes then when you did that, though.
Water.
15
Malted
minutes
barley.
and he's been called a paedophile for 10
Strawberry puree. Blackberry puree.
Come on in.
Hops yeast. Suitable for
Freddy,
vegans.
save this for the 40-minute mark. Don't give away the gold that quick. We've got nowhere to go after you've read out the can.
Drove all this way to be called a nods. It's an hour and a half as well. It's a 3-hour round trip, this. Never doing this again.
It was, to be honest, the traffic was a joke. It was terrible. I don't know what it was. Went on Waze, it went on unusually a lot of traffic on the A56. I went through the whole of like one corner. I think I went for past everything.
Went through the tunnel on the M53. That's fine.
I should have gone that way, but I didn't.
Are we literally doing like roads now? Are we doing traffic chat on the pod now?
What's wrong with that? We've just done pedos for 15 minutes.
Yeah, but come on. Freddy's literally starting a website saying we buy any kids.
Yeah, true. To be fair, yeah, you did take us down that path. But you can't.
That's not our fault.
That's not our fault.
But that is really funny. That's a really funny way to piss money away.
Oh, it is. I do enjoy it.
I'd like to see where it goes. I do think people will become nonsense.
There's too many people calling you a nonce for you not to. For people
when you say too many people, it's literally you.
I think there's more than me who think you're a nonce.
Okay. Who else?
You literally said when you were in Thailand and they offered you a kid, they looked at you as if to say, "Come on, mate. You clearly want kids."
Yeah, well, yeah, that was their mistake.
So you called yourself a nonce?
No. They just assumed. I think it was partly because I was over there on my own as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you do tick the boxes for like sex tourist, paedophile. It's just white man over anyone like on their own.
Unattractive white man. Sorry, I just wanted to be honourable then.
You're calling me unattractive?
To be fair, he is dead men talking though, isn't he?
Yeah, you brought this toxicity. We are wholesome now.
Oh, right, okay, I'm sorry. Wholesome podcast over here. Let's read the ingredients of fucking water and talk about the traffic on the A53 or whatever. Jesus Christ.
How have you been anyway, Freddy?
You don't care. You don't fucking care. How dare you bring that in 18 minutes into the podcast? You called me a paedophile for 10 minutes, and then you went, how are you, though? Do you know what, Rob? Actually, my mental health has really been struggling. I've not fucked a kid in weeks. What about? How are you? I'm fine. Right, where's it going to go next? Go on, Paxman. I'm fine.
What did you have for tea?
Not had tea yet.
Have you not?
No. I just had I had some lunch. I had a doner kebab from Levy Bakery.
You had a doner kebab for lunch?
Yes.
Savage.
Yes.
Where do you get a doner kebab at lunchtime?
Levy Bakery. Levenshulme Bakery. A bakery in Levenshulme. So after every day... Well,
They actually have doner meat?
Yes.
Now, are we talking, is it like nice meat, making at home in an oven doner meat? Or are we talking off the skewer, it's probably a rat?
No. We're talking off the skewer, but this is a well-known place for some of the best doner kebabs in the country. It's like a well-known place. They do lovely samoons, which is like gorgeous, soft Indian bread. It's fucking amazing. I say Indian bread. Right. I'm not quite sure where. I've just guessed.
So what
I made a guess.
Does it come in the? Is it a pita or is it a flatbread? What is it?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Oh.
So I like to have it in a tray with my samoon at the side because you get more doner meat that way.
What's the samoon?
A samoon is like a really fluffy pita.
It's literally just explain that.
Yeah.
Right. I don't have the doner kebab.
I really fancy.
I have
doner meat.
one a week.
You have a doner kebab a week?
Yes,
From that place?
From that
I
place.
fucking love doner as well.
How far was it from yours?
I remember when I went to the...
No, I do it whilst I'm recording Dead Men Talking.
Oh,
I don't go to Manchester.
I thought it was a
on
bit far. I
on a
thought
special trip.
I was trying to work out where Liverpool, but that, to be honest though, as you just said, you're a man with no children and no dependencies, and you don't have a day
hour and a
job.
half for
You
doner
only do
kebab.
comedy, so something like an hour and a half of doner kebab seems like something I'd do if I didn't have nothing to do during the day.
Mate, yeah, well, I work really hard doing other stuff as well. I keep myself really busy. Oh, are you skeptically supping
keeping
a
in
pint?
charge of the pedo ring that you started.
Yeah.
The admin of that.
Yeah.
Brian's loose. Get him out.
Exactly.
Brian's left his DMs open at work. Get him out.
No doxing.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, it's a hard job cleaning them hard drives.
God.
Oh, can we stop calling the guest a nonce?
So that's I thought you made the trip there.
No.
So how often are you once a week? You're down
Once
at
a
Rob's?
week. Yeah. Although I'm back there tomorrow as it stands, so I might have to go
Get
twice.
another?
Twice. Oh yeah, it's fucking well nice, mate.
Does he get them? Oh,
Yeah.
Is he veggie?
Yeah, he gets halloumi, which is just
He's a veggie, isn't he?
fucking abomination to nature.
That's the fucking point.
But as well, he gets it's like a fat sponge of halloumi. It's gross. Just to look at it is horrible.
I don't like.
So you get halloumi in like a block.
Yeah.
Oh no, you like it thin and fried.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'd do. But
Yeah. Oh.
nah.
I don't think I've ever. I mean, I went like Pizza Express and they only had like halloumi fries. They don't have chips.
Sorry, you said Pizza Express, and all I can think now was Prince Andrew because we just don't have nonsense.
Yeah. But I think they only
The
have.
minute you went Pizza Express, I was allowed to call you a nonce.
They only have halloumi fries, and it was just like I just want chips. with my
They
pizza.
only have halloumi
Yeah,
fries.
that's all they didn't have.
Oh, they can fuck off.
Yeah.
Who do they
Don't
think
do
they
fries.
are?
Don't do fries. I was sitting there thinking, for fuck's sake, I just want some
Pretentious, mate.
chips with me pizza. I was like, they've only got halloumi fries. I'm sure that was all they had.
Don't call them fries either. The sticks. They're not fries. That annoys me.
What, halloumi sticks?
Yeah, just call them halloumi sticks or something. Don't call them halloumi fries because they're not fries. It winds me up.
But you don't want halloumi fries with a pizza, do you? It's too
No,
much
that's what I'm
cheese.
saying. So don't call them fries and tease me. Like I could be getting like sweet potato. They're fries. Sweet potato fries are fine. Halloumi fries aren't fine.
God, imagine how annoyed you'd be reading out the ingredients of that.
Just in Pizza Express.
Doesn't fucking say potato on here, lad!
There's no crunch.
That's not a bad feature. We just have 10 minutes at the end of every show or the beginning. Yeah.
Human.
Just read if you can guess the percentages of these sandwiches. How much onions in this?
I don't
6.
don't start me on onions because that annoys me.
I love that,
When you go to a restaurant,
Yeah.
and then it lists the ingredients, but thinks onions should be taken for granted. That annoys me.
Well, it
as
depends
fuck.
what you're ordering.
Well, just anything like any sort of spaghetti sauce sort of thing. Like you go and you get some sort of spaghetti. It's like
wait. Any sort of spaghetti sauce.
What I'm trying to say.
If I ordered a carbonara and it had onions in, I'd be taking it straight fucking back. Well, if I ordered a bolognese,
I've been to a restaurant where the carbonara come with onions, and I was fucking fuming.
That's not a carbonara then.
Well, of course, it's not.
An abomination. That's what that is.
Pretends their own spin on it.
No.
I'm on your side.
I'd be furious.
I am.
I'd be genuinely.
I'm still
really
annoyed
upset.
about it now. I don't like it. I just don't like it when
But if you ordered a bolognese and you were like, it didn't say onions, you go, you're a fucking big fat idiot.
Well,
That's
I've
over the
done that
line
as well,
for you, is
and
it?
that annoys me.
Onions and a carbonara.
Have to
List it. Just if you're going to list all the ingredients, list all the ingredients. Don't just list some. Don't list some.
Are we talking to each other anymore? Are we just shouting out points until we
know what is in the food that you're about to order? Surely that's your job as a consumer.
You should just say no onion.
No.
What do you mean no?
Yeah, if it's on the menu, but that's not my job as a consumer. If the menu lists ingredients, I can't then be assumed to go, oh, well, I'll just imagine the other ones.
Okay, so if I said Hawaiian pizza, and I put featuring, including freshly cut Iberica ham.
Yeah.
If it came with ham and pineapple, you wouldn't go, pineapple.
I think I'd be a little bit annoyed.
Would you?
Yeah, because
that's nuts.
No, because at the same time,
list all the toppings.
You need to list it all because, like, it's. I know Hawaiian typically comes ham and pineapple, but I might be.
There's no typically. But if there's no pineapple,
allergies.
People like to take their own spin on things, so you might get there, and it might be fucking ham and mango fruit. and they're like the rest
trying
to be different, and then they call it their own spin on Hawaiian pizza.
Never in the history of the world happened. There's nobody who has a Hawaiian pizza with mango instead of pineapple.
I didn't say there's definitely do, but I said these restaurants that act like that, and it annoys me. I don't like the fact that they don't list onions.
You don't like people who put their own spin on things.
No, I don't mind that, but tell me everything that's in it. Don't make me assume. And then when I go, well, there's onions in this, and they go, well, there's onions in it. I'm like, well, why did you tell me there was mushrooms, carrots, and celery in it, but you didn't mention the onions?
If there's mushrooms in your bolognese, then they've done something wrong.
I put mushrooms in my bolognese.
I'll have a mushroom.
You're both incorrect. Mushrooms don't go in a bolognese.
Well, I'm not bothered by
I put
them.
mushrooms into my bolognese.
Great, you're making a ragu. But it's not a bolognese.
Bolognese is basically just ragu anyway.
It's his spin on it, mate.
No. yeah.
Spin on bolognese.
Just putting in mushrooms in a bolognese.
Yeah, but then you salt your pasta water, and that's actually not. That's an English thing. It's not an Italian thing.
Whoever's told you that is incorrect.
Italy. When I did 4 weeks in Italy, and I did two cooking classes, both the Italians.
They're incorrect.
Both the Italian chefs were like, yeah, it's some weird reason you think it needs to taste like seawater. You don't salt your pasta water.
Yeah, right. They're wrong. They're fucking wrong.
Okay, well, they invented it, so I always let them have it.
They didn't invent.
I'm sure
pasta,
somebody from Italy will be watching
Libyans
this who could
Libyans invented pasta.
Apparently,
Did you learn that on the course?
In the comments.
What?
Did you learn that on the course?
No, I learned that off my Libyan friend who quite likes telling me we invented pasta, not fucking them. But everyone fucking gives the Italians
to be
credit.
honest with you.
Well, let's start a YouTube argument in the comments. Should you salt your pasta water? Is it an Italian thing or an English thing?
This is a typical example of Libya trying to take what it can here, I think. It's trying to take its own history. Well, we actually invented it in BC 7 million. Fuck off.
Yeah, I'll have mushrooms in a bowl. But onion is something I across the board, I just go no to.
I think
sometimes I'll abide it if it comes to it. I hate it.
I hate onions. And when I learned that Fred West, when he was arrested by the police, when the police turned up to the house, he was eating an onion like an apple. Since I learned that, I just think anyone who enjoys onions,
there's no way that's true. Shut the fuck up. Right, I'm not fact checking that. That's absolute.
That's true.
Fucking horseshit.
When the police turned up to arrest Fred West, he was eating an onion like an apple.
No, he wasn't.
He was.
I'll bet anything that's an urban legend.
Fred West eating onions.
Yeah, and I know the urban legend is putting salt in your pasta water. That's what I
No,
need.
mate, there's no way in hell that Fred West was eating an onion, a raw onion, like an apple.
He was.
Mate, he killed kids. I mean, it's not out of the realm.
The more you learn about Fred West, the worse he gets.
Killing kids, fair enough. But eating an onion like an apple, no. Fred West eating.
That's the thing Freddy's gets a comment about. I can understand
That's
everything
what I mean.
else.
He's furious about his food coming with onions if it's not, but anything else.
We're going to sign We Buy Any Kid up to an onion farmer, fucking.
That'd get me.
Gonna get a sponsorship deal. There's no way he was eating an onion. That's such such an unnecessary evil thing to do. For him to be doing it whilst they arrest him is just nonsense. Because it would mean that he just does it every night, like pretty much.
He probably does. Like,
no, he doesn't.
Don't you know anyone who eats raw onions?
Well, sorry, not like an apple.
How would you find that
my
out
auntie eats raw onions.
Not like an apple though.
Yeah.
Your auntie eats raw onions,
and
like
she's the
an
wrong
apple.
one in the
also
family.
a serial killer.
Yeah.
She is the wrong one in the family. She's the one I don't speak to. And the one I did jokes about, and they made me take them down because I named her. Because I was like, I'm not arsed.
Who made you take him down? Your auntie?
Her daughter.
Really?
I can't find this. It's got to be bollocks, mate. That would be
I was talking about her being a baghead. I was like talking about getting into drugs, and she was like, "You have to take that down. You named me mum." And I was like, "Oh my ass, it's true, isn't it?"
Oh, really?
And then she was like, "Yeah, but her grandkids might see that." And I'm like, "Oh well, gotta find out some point, haven't we?"
Is she one of those like sort of scummy?
Oh yeah. She's the,
Yeah, I don't know where I've got this from. For example, Fred West, the Cromwell Street murderer, was a very plain and unimaginative eater, raised on a simple country diet of meat and vegetables for most dinners, and would always reject anything with a hint of spice or flavouring, right into his adulthood, often referring to curry as muck.
And yet you think he ate an onion like a fucking apple.
He did. I'm telling you now.
What website's that on?
Let me Google it.
Hang on. Murdermiletours.com. Myra Hindley, she's another one that got... her nickname was Square Arse. Did you know that?
Square Arse?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Very little is known about
Roblox, bum.
Yeah. Very little is known about Hindley's favourite foods prior to meeting Ian
rectangle,
Brady. But her mother always insisted that she had a side portion of chips with every meal, as Hindley was a notoriously picky eater.
Do you know what?
Perhaps brought on by being bullied over what she considered to be her wide hips, with kids giving her the name Square Arse.
Kids are great.
Do you know? This is
Who
like
writes
this is like
no, you're not touching my
this
phone.
is like if men did all killer no filler. Do you know what I mean? This is why it's only women that do serial killing podcasts, because when men do it, they go, "Oh, would you fuck a square ass?"
I was literally
You could have saved so many lives if you'd have just. Oh, I like it, Myra. It's a fat bassy.
Who would you rather shag, Myra Hindley or Rose West?
Myra Hindley.
Yeah, I'm a Myra Hindley.
Yeah,
man.
it's
Is she
neither
the
in
blonde
there.
one
I'm a
with
Myra
the,
Hindley.
Yeah.
like sweeping hair?
Yeah.
Skinny and she.
Who's the
you
one
know,
that who shook the
you know,
baby?
I like me skinny gals. That's Louise Woodward. She wasn't a serial killer.
She was just a...
She got found.
bed.
She got found not guilty. She's from Chester, where we are now.
She got found not guilty
She got found not guilty.
of shaking the kid?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought she got fucking done for that.
No, she got what'd she get? Manslaughter, and they gave her the exact amount of days that she'd been in prison, so she was free basically from the end of the court.
That's a stroke of good luck, isn't it?
Well, they gave it on purpose.
What are you going to do now? You get out, Louise? I'm going to take up maracas.
This is...
Well, I'm sure the first he did was leave America and come straight back.
Come on. Up.
What?
We're not doing that. We're
No,
not
I'm
going
dragging
there.
you down.
No. Don't drag
Rob
us down.
Mulholland did this as well when he was on here.
Yeah.
We were trying to be
He
wholesome.
tried to say we're toxic.
Yeah, he called us, the Toxic Masculinity podcast. And we were like, and now you two have got dead men talking.
Yeah.
So, no way, we're the toxic
But the thing
ones now.
is we embrace our darker side, whereas you guys suppress it. You guys suppress it under this veneer of...
Yes, that's why you're a paedophile and we aren't. Because we've suppressed any urges to get with a 15-year-old. You haven't. You went, fuck it. I'll have a one-way ticket to Thailand for 6 weeks.
Right.
If one of us go to Thailand, then you can judge us.
I went to Thailand.
But until we go to Thailand
do
for 6 weeks
a
on our own.
tour of gigs.
Yeah. A tour of kids, you mean?
Yeah.
That's it, a tour of kids. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
he went over there to blow up a cow and a few 10 spots. What is not fine about that? I want to go and kill a few farmyard animals legally and do a few 10s.
Take the lives of some cows, take the roof off some comedy clubs, and the innocence of some children. That's all he went there.
You wrapped that up in a bow, didn't you? Send that one straight out.
You know, when I was coming on to do this, did you have any questions planned other than just call me a nonce?
No.
I thought we called you a nonce enough last time.
We thought Havey was coming on, so we were going to speak to Havey.
We're going to have an interesting chat about debt and stuff.
Yeah. About what, debt?
Yeah, well, he's been debt loads, hasn't he? So we're going to have a nice, interesting chat about debt.
I was in debt loads. I was a gambling addict for a while.
Was it like a proper one, or like,
yes.
or like him?
Like no, like piss everything.
Because he calls himself a gambler now.
I've never once. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not a gambling addict.
No, I got into 5 figures worth of debt gambling.
5 figures?
Yeah, man.
Here we go. He's gone with it now.
How did that start and finish in that?
How did it finish?
It hasn't finished, mate.
So I still gamble.
You still gamble, but you don't.
I still gamble a lot, but I just kind of had
when you gamble a lot.
Gambles with the DBS check every now and then as well. I'm only going to be a paedophile just for the gamble if I get caught or not. I bet I can be a paedophile and not get caught.
So,
you're better with
10 grand.
So yeah, I just.
So how did it start? When did you start?
I started gambling. Well, I mean, I was always gambling. Like I was playing cards when I was like 4, 5, 6 years old and stuff, and I was playing.
Where was you playing cards?
Like for money with my granddad and stuff, and that's where it sort of starts. And then before
Who's giving you money to?
I played with my mates when I was like fucking 13, 14. We'd play for money and stuff.
We'd all play a bit of pigeon toss and that.
And then what the fuck is pigeon toss?
Pigeon toss.
Oh, pitch and toss. No, we'd play like fucking blackjack and shit.
Would you?
Yeah.
We never done that in school. So when you said you play blackjack, would someone front the money?
Yeah. Usually me.
Was it? You go to school fronting.
Yeah,
I've got mates who've done that. Like something. We're never 14-year-olds.
Yeah, no. I'd do that, and then when I was about 16, I went to college, and that was opposite of bookies. Yeah. And I was missing fucking like a third of my lessons by going in the bookies and shit like that.
Roulette or horses or what?
Just everything. Roulette, horses, and footy and greyhounds as well.
So I don't really bet on horses or greyhounds.
When I was 18, I was going to greyhound tracks. I was going to Bellevue in Manchester. I was going to racing and stuff like that, and race meets and stuff. And I was going to casinos every night, taking part in poker tournaments all across the Northwest, Bolton, Blackburn, mainly. Not Blackburn, Blackpool.
When did you reckon it started? Like,
and Blackburn actually as well.
Gripping you?
What, sorry?
When do you reckon it started gripping you? When did it come from being a vice or a hobby to like being
I've got an addictive
skinned.
I've got an addictive personality, right?
Yeah. And mate.
I think that no, we really don't. And
I've got a greedy personality.
Quite a lot of people who just have that. They just see it as such a pointless endeavor that they just can't get their head around it. But for me, it's like fucking gripping, man. Now, I actually think loads of people have addictive personalities. It's about what you get addicted to. So there's some cunts that get addicted to going to the gym and they're fucking ripped. They've got the same neuron fucking shit rewired in their brain as the fucking smackhead in the bookies, but they've been lucky enough to make their thing a positive thing. Yeah,
it was like Russell Brand when he come off the smack, he got addicted to sex, and then when he stopped being
sex addiction's detrimental.
When he stopped using sex as an addiction.
Sex addiction, no.
You look at our mates.
He said he's addicted to yoga.
You look at our mates. Ro's got an addictive personality.
He's addicted to his phone, isn't he?
Blur's no. He's just addicted. He's got an addictive personality.
He's just a fucking dick. Listen, you can't I badmouth Ro on the Green Room podcast, and the Have a Word fans came for
Blur's got an addictive personality.
Yeah,
they're addicted to, like, I don't want to say success, but they're addicted to sort of like that business and getting more and more stuff. Ro's obsessive about Patreons and stuff. Yeah. Obsessive. Because there's an addiction that needs to, that you need to feel.
I'm obsessed by it, but I just don't know today. It's just like...
Start to get any more of them.
Yeah. That's why it's the roulette, wasn't it? Because it was just like, I'm not working this out.
But now
with me and gambling, I'm competitive. And so mine was always beat the bookies. So I never once was interested in roulette, ever.
You are quite competitive for a fat guy. You are, because I've seen you play the Highland Games. You were really fucking into that, I thought it was the biggest waste of time I've ever fucking.
I don't get how you're a gambling addict but not competitive.
Right, so
but that's probably because I see it differently to you.
I'm hyper competitive at stuff that I care about. But when there's stuff that I don't see the point in, like throwing a welly backwards into a fucking dude's field, but I cannot get competitive over it. Because in my head, I go, what's the point in this?
I don't let myself take it seriously and don't compete in it because I know that if I tried to, I'd want to win. So I just back myself out of everything. Everything competitive. I go, I can't get involved in this because I want to win. And if I try and I don't, I'll be devastated. So I'm best off to just not try at all.
Oh, no.
That's my view of it all.
I just love it. I just love competition in anything.
So, I mean, I
watch
still...
the chase and I get competitive with
I still gamble and stuff, so I'll easy sink. I sunk 200 quid on Cheltenham. I sunk 60 quid on the National. That's like...
The only thing I gamble horse-wise is Cheltenham and the National weekend.
Yeah. But I mean, that's me restrained. That's me finding a happy medium. Whereas I would have, 10 years ago, I would have happily sunk $1,000 on Cheltenham.
So was you, when you were at your worst, was you chasing it and stuff? Or?
Oh, massively. Yeah. It was literally everything that I had. Yeah. It was everything. Yeah. I was at the point where I was working a job. I was getting paid in checks. I was cashing the checks at a cash converter, losing 10% so that I could go and gamble.
How did you get... So did you ever get when you got into debt?
Yes.
How did you get out of it? What did you do to stop being in...
How did you get into it? Was it credit cards and stuff?
You still gamble, don't you? So therefore you...
Loans and overdraft.
Was it?
Yeah.
But if you're still gambling, then you can control it or something. Because, do you know what I mean? It's like saying I'm an alcoholic and I still have a beer every now and then.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but some alcoholics do that.
For me personally, I know that
Not
so I know that if I never
couldn't handle it.
if I was never allowed to bet on anything ever again, I would fundamentally be unhappy.
Yeah.
Because because I enjoy betting on things so much.
What is it for you? Is it just...
It's a rush.
It's getting money in it, mate.
Mate, money that you've won.
Where's your rush come from?
Tax-free.
Yeah,
straight away.
Money that you've won is sweeter than any money earned. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I believe that. But with me, it's the idea that I'm right. So I only bet on things that I know about.
So lovely.
Okay.
So like football and that, I'll bet on football because I think my opinion on what's going to happen is right.
Sure.
So when it comes in, I'm like, yeah, my rush comes from I fucking knew.
Do you do those bet builders on football? Where you
sometimes,
go,
yeah.
I stick a $5 in, and I go, right, okay. Right, so City to win, right? Both teams to score. And then you look at it's like 11-4, and you're like,
I don't know.
And then you go, I'll tell you what, fucking Foden's a good player. Yeah. Foden to score first. You're like, oh, fucking
Henderson's
20,
got a short
26.
fuse.
Yeah, you go, he's getting carded. And then you put that on, and then you go, thing is, if he gets a card, they'll get a card. Kyle Walker, he's got Mane running at him.
And before you know it, you've got 500 quid on the under-18 Belarusian women's team to get 6 corners.
You've got something that will never happen. It's like, Gabriel Jesus to score a hat-trick in the first 25 minutes. Red card for both teams, 7 penalties, and a terrorist attack in the away end. It's like...
The only thing I look at...
To be fair, it's City, innit? So...
I was thinking, well, there's Abu Dhabi money in it. That's what...
Yeah, the only thing I look at, I'd bang a load of money on corners and throw-ins. Like, I like the idea of
I bet on corners.
15 throw-ins
Liverpool go for corners.
First half or something.
Liverpool always go for corners.
Really?
Yeah, Liverpool get loads.
Well, VAR changed the game of penalties. Like, I knew a guy who used to bet loads on penalties being the first goal.
Yeah.
And they actually just dropped the odds down completely, didn't they, with VAR?
Come in.
Because it was almost every other game. There was a tenner on it at like 8-1 or like...
Yeah.
Did you ever see that Lloyd Griffiths documentary on gambling?
Yes, I think I did.
Tennis, yeah. Where if you get the bet on before the thingy.
I did. Here's how into gambling I was. So I had a system for betting on roulette machines.
Which was what?
So
that.
You
Martingale, have you heard that one?
What, sorry?
The Martingale. Are we turning into like the Queen's Gambit now?
It's Martingale.
£2, £4, £8, £16.
So it's the Martingale system. Martingale system.
That's how shit of a gambling addict that was. I didn't even know the system I was playing.
So the Martingale system is that you bet on, let's say, odd.
Double your bet.
Yeah. Let's say you bet odd on roulette or whatever, £1, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you win, then you get £2.
Yeah.
If you lose, then you have lost £1.
Yeah.
So the next time you put £2 on.
Yeah.
And then if you win, then you've won £4. But 3 of it has been gambled, so you've won £1.
You're basically betting on the fact that there's not going to have 20 blacks in a row.
Yeah,
well, no, it's not even that. It's the Martindale.
And the 0 gives the house odds, and that's why it's bent.
It's a absolutely perfect system.
If you got money.
If you have an unlimited amount of money, and you also have a completely like 50-50 odds, because you've got to remember as well the 0 skewers it against you every time. Now I know a mate of mine, he's not a mate actually, I don't like him at all. I know he's a guy that my mates hang around with that I don't like. He lost everything using the Martin thingamajig on blackjack. He lost 10 grand in the car whilst waiting for his mate playing blackjack. Because it's how quick those losses accumulate. It's terrifying.
I told the story in this podcast about my mate in blackjack.
Don't know.
My mate was playing blackjack. It's my Libyan friend again. Don't know why.
You know, he invented pasta.
Yeah. So he's sitting on the blackjack table.
What's his name?
Mawad.
Nice.
So he's sitting on the blackjack table when we're in Leeds.
Nice.
And there's like 3...
Eating a carbonara with onions in it.
These Libyans with their carbonara and onions. And the mango fruit Hawaiian ham pineapple pizza.
Wearing his Gaddafi t-shirt.
No, the reason he comes to England is because...
Because of Gaddafi?
Yeah, because his family was fighting against Gaddafi. So they
Good lad.
Got kicked out. Anyway... In his casino in Leeds.
And now he's in Bootle.
He lives in Rainhill, actually. Or he lived in Rainhill. Now he works.
That's all right. That's
Standard
nice.
Chartered down in London. Anyway.
Go on, Moad.
What?
Go ahead, Moad. Get him on the pod.
Go ahead, Mo.
Interesting story, that. Genuinely.
Could do talk about his... Well, I'll just load of questions.
You want to go to a 5 at
What you
Dean's
do is you get him on, you call him a nonce for 10 minutes, and then you start reading out fucking ingredients on Uncle Ben's rice
No,
or
what I
something
do
like
is
that.
I talk about all the things he doesn't want to talk about. Like the year he spent boozing in uni, because he just decided, oh, fuck it, and now he's back to being a devout Muslim. I would never, ever admit that happened.
Really?
Yeah, that would never...
Oh, good lad.
He'd never admit that happened. Like,
Ishan style.
But I think that makes you...
He has white girlfriends and puts them... If he ever puts them on Instagram, has to put them on close friends. None of his family are on.
He's not allowed white girlie.
They can't know he's got white girlfriends.
But
Respect, Moad.
I think that in a way makes you a stronger Muslim because...
it's like the Amish thing, isn't it? You've had your year.
Are you watching The Simpler Life?
No, but we can get that.
Hang on, get to the gambling. We've gone off track here.
So, we were playing blackjack. And there's like 3 on the table.
Another one of them beers.
3 on the table. Go and get one then.
What are they?
That one's the stout.
Yeah, go and get as well.
That one's the stout. I'll have the same one I had last time. In fact... All right, then get me the strawberry one.
I trust you to get me one, mate, but don't get me the 6.2%.
Get me the strawberry one.
In it.
So, he's playing blackjack. 3 people on the table.
Yeah.
One of them playing big money.
Yeah.
The other 2 his mates playing little money. That's the one I just had that you showed me not to have. I have the strawberry one. He's playing big money, and he's on the last box.
Yeah.
And now he is just pig-headed and will only think of himself. So if he's got like 12, even though the dealer might have 6, even the dealer might have 6.
And just to stop this, because I think I know where it's going, if he's not playing blackjack optimally and that dude's betting big money, then that dude is well within your rights to punch your mate's fucking head in.
Well, in the end, it was quite good because he just.
I had the
Just get him another one that's not
strawberry and blackberry. Yeah, I'll have raspberry. Fuck it, go on then.
So he was getting more and more wound up.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Like taking cards when the dealer got 6 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, so in the end, he just goes, mate, what are you here for? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, why are you here? And he's like, how much are you trying to win? Like, what would be a good night for you? And my mate goes, oh, maybe 400 quid. Or walk away.
Just gave it him.
Just gave it him. Said, fuck off.
Yeah.
Said,
I honestly,
just fuck off.
Honestly, that is the best thing that could have happened under that situation, because I've seen before when I used to fucking dive in casinos and shit. I've seen it kick off because people are playing hands wrong.
So who gives someone money to fuck off at the
So my mate was out playing blackjack, and you're meant to like play really, if you're a proper casino goer, you know you play for the table sort of thing. So, like, if the dealer's showing a 6, the worst hand he could show, most likely to go bust. So you never really want to take a card. You want to get him gone. But my mate was taking cards where he shouldn't have been, basically, on the last box of the table and stuff. And this fellow was betting big money. My mate's betting like 25 quid a hand. This fella's betting like 500 quid a hand sort of thing. And the fella gets that wound up with him, just says to him, what are you here for? Like, what is a good night for you tonight? And he goes, I want to try and win 400 quid. And he just gives him 400 quid and goes, fuck off. Just gives him it and goes, fuck off.
Yeah, I honestly, that doesn't surprise me at all.
I almost got kicked out of a nightclub once. I was a casino once because I was pissed playing blackjack, and every time that I wouldn't go right for me, I go, "You fucking cunt!" And then I'd do that, and then on the third one, they were like, "If you do that again, you're gone." And I was like, "Sat." One hand later, you cunt! That's it. You gotta go.
One night I was in Isle of Man, pissed out of my face. And I was playing poker with the director of product at Poker Stars, who was at the gig, and a load of other Poker Stars employees. Yeah. And knowing that he was much better than me, I was playing blind, so I wasn't even looking at my cards. Right. I could tell it was pissing him off.
Yeah. So fuck you then. So when we're all sitting around here fucking trying to piss about, it was fucking annoying and terrible. Yeah. Now the shoe's on the other foot when he's playing with the Poker Stars, man.
That's how funny am I?
Double standards, that, mate. Double standards.
Yeah.
Oh, we weren't playing properly, were we? And then you're there sitting there, all in, not even looking at your cards.
Yeah, but I think I was doing it to be funny.
Yeah. Where we were just idiots. You
were saying something?
Oh, go on, hold on, we'll go back in a minute. I was in Leo's Casino in Liverpool twice.
Jesus Christ, look at how that's been poured.
I prefer
I'm so upset.
Which one do you prefer? The Mick Foley? I like the Mick Foley one. He hasn't
had his other one yet.
I've not had my other one. I'm just finishing the other one.
Movements, 15% off, Top Rope Brewery. So I was in the casino once. Once I saw Robbie Keane, Steve Finnan, and weirdly Pepe Reina.
Last night.
Pepe Reina, and Pepe Reina's the sexiest man I've ever met in my life.
So why weirdly when they all play for the same team?
Because two of them were Irish out together, and then just this random.
Oh, they can't be friends, can they?
No way he understands.
I also like potatoes.
No way he understands the fucking word they're saying.
It's my Spanish voice.
It's my Spanish.
That is Mexican.
I mean, that's close enough for me.
That is racially profiled Mexican. That's what that is in every single comedy film you've ever seen.
No, I'm just channeling my inner vote for Pedro. If you vote for me, all of your wildest dreams will come true.
Wasn't he Cuban?
That was quite cute.
Thank you. You never seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah. Such a good. He's funny, that Napoleon Dynamite.
And the other person I saw in the casino was Chris Kirkland. Biggest knobhead I've ever met in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Wigan, isn't he?
Biggest knobhead I've ever met.
I met Shay Given once. He was quite small.
Not being funny though, he had one meeting with him there. Like, you can't judge him on that. I mean, can you imagine if I was getting judged on the one meeting I've had with some people?
Have you heard about the story about Ali Sissoko outside the Liverpool nightclub?
No.
It's one of my favourite stories, this. Is Ali Sissoko, who... You're not really a football fan, are you?
I can't be.
So Ali Sissoko was a... what do you mean you're not allowed to be?
I've had too much of a past. It's basically like if you're a paedophile, you can't work with kids. That's basically me in football. So carry on.
Well, you touch children at football.
I've supported too many teams to ever be allowed to be a fan.
More than one.
And I've accepted that. And it's something I've got to deal with now.
He spoiled all the Premier League teams. He can fuck off.
Exactly.
He supported 3 different
Hang on.
Premier League
You're
teams.
telling me I can fuck off when I just told you I can't be a fan?
Yeah, you're not allowed.
So, yeah, I know.
You're not allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed. You're not allowed within 800 yards of a fucking.
I'll leave for this part.
You're not allowed within 800 yards of a Sky Sports subscription. You fucking rat. So Ali Sissoko, left back for Liverpool, pretty dreadful as far as. Yeah. So he's queuing outside. Is there a Liverpool nightclub called Empire?
Yeah.
So he's queuing outside of Empire, right? And somebody in front of the queue recognises him, and he goes, "Right there, lad. You fucking Ali Sissoko," and he's like,
just asked me to say it.
No, I like doing it. And he goes, you because he's French. He's French.
Who told you this story?
I think it was Tony Carroll.
Okay. It's credible.
He goes, are you Ali Sissoko? Oui, monsieur. Oui. He goes, you fucking play for fucking Liverpool. And he goes, lads, you don't need to be fucking queuing up, like. Just go up, speak to the bouncers, and just say, I'm Ali Sissoko, and they'll let you in. And so Ali Sissoko's like, oh, all right, okay. So he walks up to the bouncers, and he says to the bouncers, hey, I'm Ali Sissoko. And the bouncer looked at him and said, I know who you are, mate, and you're not coming in because you're fucking crap. Just think that's the most scouse fucking thing ever. You're not coming in because you're fucking crap.
That's right, lad. You're shit.
Do you know Rick,
No, yeah.
Do you know Rick Carr?
You see those trainers that you're wearing?
Nothing to do with them, lad. You're just shite.
Rick Carr turned Bisping away.
Did he?
Yeah, after his fight. Because Rick Carr was a doorman, and then he... And Bisping turned him and he was like, do you know who the fuck I am? And then Rick was like, you're not cutting. Everyone was going to him like, you don't sound fucking Bisping, like the world champion, ultimate fighter. And he was like, oh, fuck. But he turned it down. He didn't know who he was then because he wasn't like as big as he was. But yeah.
I met Bisping. He's all right, Bisping.
Is he all right?
I've not met him. He seems like he'd be a nice fella, probably.
It was only 20 seconds. Got a photo.
Get him on the pod.
Got a photo and he went, I'm fucking gorgeous, me. And I was like, man after my own heart here. And then fucking walked off.
Is that what he said in the photo? I'm gorgeous,
literally,
me.
Yeah, I said, oh.
So he had a photo with you?
Yeah, and he went,
his reaction to having a photo with you was for him to say, I'm gorgeous, me, as if like a comparative side-by-side, looking at your disgusting face, reminded him of how attractive he was in comparison to you.
When you called him an ugly boy like 15 minutes in, it's really stuck with him. And he's really going to town on this one now. You've given him enough rope now, he's just hanging you with it. He's going, I'm going to get as many ugly fucking remarks as I can in the next 2 minutes. Go, Fred, go.
Maybe it was the fact that he was next to a stunner like me. I thought, I'm holding my own here.
Nah.
Gorgeous,
you with the fat girl in the group of fitties. That's what you were. You're the one that held the bags and waited on the fucking sofas at the side while your friends danced.
You're the one giving the lads shit when they're trying to get with him.
Come on, Lauren, let's just get a kebab.
He's a dickhead, leave me.
Let's just go. You've got loads of guys at home.
You said we'd all stay together tonight.
I'm hungry. I want a takeaway.
She's not interested.
I don't feel safe on my own.
Right, I feel as though we've got to this point now, and we haven't finished one tangent. It's always gone up. It was his gambling. Then it went to something about Moad's gambling.
That's the beauty behind storytelling.
And I know, but I feel like I want to know the ending of so many things.
Right, okay, well let's start. Let's round them off.
Right,
we've got
his gambling.
We've got.
We need to find out how his gambling addiction.
43 minutes left. Good God!
What? It's good.
What ingredients are in there?
This is quite smoky, this one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Strawberry, blackberry, wheat beer.
I'm paranoid that I stink of cigars, mate. We had cigars this afternoon.
It was good. I enjoyed that. So what do you want to get to?
So your gambling addiction, when did it start? Like,
so
your
take us to the height. What was the height of it? And then bring us down.
The height was 5 figures worth of debt in my early 20s.
Yeah, but so was there a point where you looked at it and went?
Was that 99 grand or 10 grand? That's a big jump. You say I need to know.
99,999. No. It was in the tens. It wasn't in the 99,999.
So was there a point where you like went, what am I doing, or did you just go, I'm in so much debt I need to sort to son or what?
What do you mean?
Was the point where you were like, I need to calm it down?
What was the bit when you went, it's now?
So the bit
rock bottom. We're interested in
that's
rock
what you want.
All
right, so rock bottom was probably not being able to afford Christmas present for me mum because I'd spunked it all.
Right.
On
but if you said so, I was trying to win you some money to get you a big gift.
You're just buying a scratchy and go.
Yeah. I'm not going to buy you a fucking
with kettle. Glitter and PVA glue. Trying to make a Christmas tree.
Changing the name from the kids in school on the cards. This is the best one. This is to mum, lots of love.
Yeah. I couldn't buy anyone's Christmas presents that year because I just spunked all the money away, and I had no way of getting any more money.
And did you do anything?
Did you have rent and that to pay?
What, sorry?
Did you ever miss payments on like rent or any bills?
So I started to sort myself out by the time I was in my early 20s and stuff. Right. But I had no money, so I missed payments on everything. Do you know what I mean? But it was just how it was. Do you know what I mean? Like, and now, weirdly, conversely, I'm really good with money.
See, the thing is,
I think you need to
you strike me as somebody that's, because you're so sort of pragmatic. Is pragmatic the word, or something like you analyze everything to a point where it's like, there's no room for chance. You seem to be, it's this or it's
when
that.
you're trying to nick kids, you've got to.
Yeah, so you're like going like, this won't work,
mate,
this will work.
I'm more of a freereeler when I'm pedoing.
So like
I just kind of go off instincts and intuition. I'm more like the scouts in Moneyball. They're trying to bring in the whole, she might be a minger at 6, but she gets on base regularly.
But like,
She's always left on her own. She might be a minger, but her parents let her walk home on their own. She's 8.
yeah.
She's not even got any tits. Why do you like her, Freddy? Because she gets on base.
Right, no, so you seem to be like, you would see how stupid being a gambling addict is.
No, it's not about that. It's not about that. Look, so the thing is if you got that fucking, if you got that fucking proclivity to gamble and to take risks and stuff, that never goes away. You can't get rid of it and be happy. I think you can only sort of dull it, and so I just learned to dull it and live within my means a bit more.
I do that every now and then. I have a splurge and I go, over the course of a lifetime, that isn't a big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have a splurge to get it out and go.
But I learned how to do that in my life in general. Like, I love getting pissed and shit-faced, but I can stop myself before I get over the toilet, fucked paralytic.
You still get
I
like
never
that every now and again.
Yeah, every once in a while you tip over and you go, not too much.
I think some people end up addicts and they can't control it because sometimes it gets they can't get away from it. Like, if we didn't have stand-up, we'd probably be smoking. Do you know like that one?
This one's gross, this one, lads.
Really? That was my favourite.
Really?
I preferred that one, yeah.
I'm not a fan of that one.
But like, I think if you didn't have this, it's like to keep your nose out of trouble by constantly doing stuff. When you're bored, because we always talk about being bored, don't we? Yeah. And that's when you do the things that you go, this isn't good.
Yeah, well, I didn't gig this weekend because it was national weekend, so I worked on the cab. And
I bet you made fucking shitloads.
Oh, yes.
How much you make?
Can't say.
Yeah, he can.
1,400 quid in 2 days.
Did you?
Oh. Well, I meant, no,
and that's how much he's declaring.
3 days, 1,400 quid in 3 days. So,
I bet you put the meter up to 3 as well, didn't you?
There's no meter.
So from Aintree to town, what is it then?
What?
Aintree to town, what is it?
What do you mean? What is it generally? What's it on race day or
normal and race
what was
day?
I charging?
Well, normal race day and your
I reckon he was charging 120.
Was it 20 quid normal or something?
Normal, it'd be about 16 quid, 15, 16 quid maybe.
Yeah.
No, wouldn't. It'd be about 12, 13 quid normal.
Right.
Yeah.
On race day, it's meant
60.
to be tariff 2, so it should be about 15, 16.
That it?
That's
on race day.
But just wait.
But everyone puts it on tariff 3, so it's about 18, 19. But what I was doing was just not putting
flat rate,
not putting my meter on.
Yeah.
And then just get into town and just decide what price I wanted to charge when I got there.
That's what I do, yeah.
Oh, you're a fucking...
So
people are going to do it. I was pissed they want to get to town.
Basically, if it was less than...
What's the most you got away with?
Someone give me 120 quid to town.
That's what I would do, yeah.
Literally, someone... I didn't charge them that. I was driving up because they tell us before the race it was chaos this year. Whoever was in charge of organising it, it's definitely been the first one, and they fucked it up because they forgot to put the stuff out for the ranks. They had to put sign outs to tell me where the taxi rank is.
Traffic into run corners still affected by it.
No one was going. No one was waiting the taxi ranks. Everyone was just walking because they didn't know where the taxi rank was.
Yeah.
So like I was driving to the rank, which which we got told you only have to pick up from the rank, don't pick up from anywhere else, or the police will fine you, whatever. And I stopped at a red light. Window open, obviously. Stopped at the red light. Some fella, I'll give it 120 quid to me town now. Jump in.
Wow.
Jump in.
I might start doing that. Just going mad.
People drive around
80
in
quid
people
now.
carriers, just waiting for someone to go.
If you
give us a lift to town, mate. I'll give you this one.
If you're at the races,
I know a lad that was just doing that in a people carrier.
To spend a load of money, aren't you?
There's Preston cabs there.
And you want to, after it finishes at 4 o'clock, 5, you go, I just want to get to town and get buried again.
Literally what it is.
And you're waiting for hours. You think, you know what? If 4 of us, 20 quid each, into a car, 4-seater, 80 quid.
Yeah, that's literally what happened. Just driving down. So what I was doing is every time I picked up from the rank, and because obviously I've got a big 8-seater, any time there was more than 5 people, there was just getting up. So it was like less than 5 people. It was the usual 20, 25. More than 5
That's
people.
not the usual. The usual is about 12, you little fucker. I heard.
No, but it's meant to be 15, 16.
I just be charging them way more.
Everyone 18, 19. Yeah. So what I was doing was just any more than 5 people, just a fiver a man. So I got there, I was like, 6 of them 30 quid, 7 of them 35, 8 of them 40.
And they look at that and go, that's a £5 each.
Yeah.
That's a bargain. I'd be spanking them more if I could.
Yeah, but then you're running your risk then, aren't you?
People are desperate, mate. It's like the Titanic at the end of Aintree. People are like, get a taxi, we need a taxi.
So there's a one long road up.
Women and kids.
There's one long road. No,
women and rich men first.
You don't want women and kids. They don't tip.
Yeah.
Little orchestra playing out.
No one from the Tats is getting in till 7 p.m. You've got to go sit at the what's the pub called down the road from
the Queen's.
Got to sit in there till 8 o'clock before you get to town.
Yeah, but so there's one long road in
Fitties and rich men first.
And you just drive down that road with your windows open. Just wait for the shout. Just wait for I'll give you the 100 quid to town. Yeah, jump in. So that's just.
Do you know what I'm going to do next year? I'm going to have a dead men talking taxi, and I'm going to drive really close to people, wait for them to just get a foot in and just fucking speed it up, break some fucking ankles.
So you got to you couldn't afford the cruise, and then what? Did you get any help, or did you just go? I'm just going to stop doing it.
No, I sorted myself out.
Yeah. Is it hard?
Yeah, but it's breaking a habit, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's also, you've had years of going, this is destroying everything. You have the occasional good little one and go, that was fun.
Don't see it as destroying because I bet you had a fair few wins in there.
Yeah, exactly.
You're always thinking to yourself, I've got a win coming soon, so I'm sad.
The only thing is look, if you're a fucking smack rat or something like that and you're addicted to some fucking drug or something, you can hole yourself up in a fucking room in the middle of nowhere where you can't get it, and that's that. Whereas with gambling, it is everywhere. It's pervasive.
It's madness, isn't it?
As long as you've got internet connection.
Just legalised it in America last year. It's going to go fucking mental.
Legalised what?
Gambling. You could only gamble in Vegas.
Fuck off.
Atlantic City in Vegas.
Yeah, that's why poker stars are... Well, no, they've I think online poker's still a fucking...
Is it?
Yeah, weird area.
You couldn't gamble?
Yeah, so the only last year they legalised gamblers, so you can gamble on your mobile phone.
Oh, so mobile phone gambling. Casinos and everything still.
You could only gamble in a casino, when there's casinos only had licenses in certain states.
Do they not have bookies?
No.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
So it's America never had bookies.
Yeah,
that's mind-blowing.
Didn't you know that?
No.
Yeah, it's like...
Although I'm thinking of it now, there's never a bookies ever in any American show, really.
Exactly. You're never watching The Walking Dead, and he's going, fuck me.
I think that's a massive thing in terms of why Americans are the way they are and the way we are the way we are. If I'd have known that, the whole different in personalities, I think that is a big thing, is the fact that gambling here is just everywhere, and every man is almost affected by it.
Yeah.
And over there, they're not. They don't.
It just wasn't a thing for you. So the only people... That's why every gangster film you see, one of the revenues was always gambling. Because it was illegal, so they were the bookies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like rolling dice at the thing, that sort of shit when they're gambling in the street.
Yeah. We was cooking the books, see?
We're sitting there playing a fucking fobties. Fuck you, motherfucker! I still say they're the funniest videos in the world. Watching people lose everything on a fobty.
On what?
Step on a fobty.
Fobty?
Yeah. Fixed odds betting terminal, roulette machine.
Oh, right, okay.
You don't know the terms, Freddy. Fucking hell.
No, I'm not
call yourself a gambler.
Yeah, we've exposed him now. A non-gambling addict, paedophile.
The only gambling I do is whether or not she'll keep a secret.
Yeah. So you just went out to gold, and did you? So when you went cold turkey, when did you then have your first bet after that? What did your family say and everything? Were they like?
Did you come clean?
Yeah, I don't think they ever knew how bad I was. They knew I was pretty bad.
They don't need to know, do they?
And they don't listen to another one.
Right.
No, I mean, they used to be big fans, but you started reading out ingredients for fucking microwave chips or whatever.
How low can they go?
Yeah.
I still want to sit here for 5 minutes on our phone saying nothing. That's the dream. That is the dream of the podcast.
Avant-garde, and we just sat here playing
5 minutes of just we just say to them, listen, there's 5 minutes downtime now.
We're having a break.
We're having a break, and you're gonna watch. We're just sitting here on our phone. I'm just gonna.
Should we do that now?
No.
No.
See where the drop off.
I haven't. I think that's.
We haven't got enough Patreons. Yeah, we can't risk it.
It's so high level that 5 minutes.
We've only just started not losing money.
You got shitloads of Patreons.
1 minute is enough, but 5 minutes is too.
170 odd.
Yeah, we had 180 odd at one point, and then we lost 10 last month.
You're always going to lose some.
You always lose at the start of the month, and then
you still got Jane Pickering
at the end of the month. Yeah,
she's still with us, baby girl.
she's number one. AO1, isn't she? AO1.
Oh, good for her.
Fucking
She
love
gone
her.
on 2 pick. She's got a pound dead
Back
man
on
talking
Pickett,
quid.
isn't she?
I don't know, mate. It's too many to count.
Ah,
Oh, it is.
Hey,
I don't have access to the Patreon. I
Fucking
don't.
penny
Do you not know?
Don't have access to the Patreon. Don't have access to the
You're a
YouTube.
gambling addict. The fraudster's in charge of ours and the fucking...
It's because I just trust Rob.
Yeah.
I trust Rob as well.
Which one?
Yeah.
I don't think you two do trust each other.
Oh, that's what keeps it fresh.
No, I don't think you do. I think you two
Trusts for pussies, mate.
I think you two have distrust of each other. I think you two are using this as a vehicle to try and leapfrog one another. I think Rob...
A vehicle to leapfrog one another.
I think Rob looks at your fucking Glee weekends
Right.
and he thinks, I wouldn't mind a fucking few of them. Wouldn't mind a few of them.
He can get what he can
And
from
then
me,
he looks
mate.
at me playing Hot Water 6 or 7 times a year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
So
this
the
is
reason he
it.
come on the stag.
Yeah.
I said, you come on the stag? You went, oh, I don't know. You might get a weekend out of it. And he went, yeah, go ahead.
Rob looks at your hair and he's like, oh, I won't buy that.
Yeah. Well,
Simon looks at your nose and goes, oh, natural. Whoa.
We've never talked about your nose job, have we?
no, not really.
Not really.
It just was not really too. I had a deviated septum. It's not really.
Cool.
I didn't think you ever had that bad of a nose, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
I never
mate.
noticed that.
No, it's terrible. My face is fucked. That's what it is.
Your face is fucked.
Yeah,
Why
I've
is
got-
that?
I don't know. It's just like this side.
Are you self-conscious about it?
What, my nose?
Yeah.
No, not really. No.
No.
Now I've had a nose. I was like, well, that's the best it's gonna fucking get. It's like once you've had an operation on your face. it's like-
Beforehand, were you self-conscious?
I was just a bit like, well, I had it for years.
Yeah.
I'd never not had it. So I was always just like, when I was breathing, and I was like, this isn't any good anymore. And then I just thought in lockdown, I thought I'll get this fixed. There's nothing else to do, so I just rang up the doctor and said, fix this for us.
It's not a bad idea, to be fair. It's a smart thing to do.
Sounds private.
What are
It
you
got
most
quite- no,
self-conscious
it got
about?
Quite quick.
It's
Quicker than I thought.
I don't think you're capable of as a human being of the introspection needed to analyse yourself and go, I'm a bit self-conscious about that.
I'm a huge narcissist, Freddy. I admit it every week on this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't have the toxic tendencies, I don't think. I just love myself.
See, I would say
I
I'm
just
a bit.
fancy myself.
No,
like those.
I'd say I'm a bit like that, but then I think I'm probably less likely to get away with saying it.
What you're trying to say, you're too good looking to say you're good looking. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
No.
so basically...
No.
Basically, with you, it's irony at play. It's like you saying, I've got anorexia and I really suffer really badly. It's like, yeah, it's funny because
No.
Rob's got anorexia.
No, I'm not trying to say anything like that, Bob.
No, I honestly, I'm not saying I've never used. I'm just not self.
I mean,
This is why men's mental health is
I'd
terrible.
like to lose a bit of weight, but that's
Do you
just for
reckon?
convenience.
do you reckon?
Just for
We
convenience.
said this on the other podcast. It's only fat 'cause it's too easy to be thin. What a great line that is.
That's
I'm
nice.
only fat because it's too easy to be
Yeah,
thin.
because-
Yeah, exactly. It's got to take pure fucking dedication to abuse your body this much.
Exactly.
The amount of time that Rob wakes up and just really fancies a salad. And he goes, no, I've got to fucking push McDonald's down me fucking trap.
Yeah.
What about your
Sitting there
feet? Your feet, actually, your feet are quite nice.
Got foot fetish.
I've got good legs.
No, but I mean, I
Come on,
compare,
Fred.
40, aren't I? So
I
like,
compare them to my feet, and my feet are fucking horrendous.
you don't use yours probably. I play footy. I play footy at
use
least
your
twice a
feet.
week.
You play footy at
Play
least.
footy at least twice a week. I'm quite
That's why your feet
sporty.
look nice.
You
isn't
don't
it?
use your feet.
There's no way. I don't reckon you get to 10,000 steps a day.
Well, sorry.
I don't reckon you get to 10,000 steps a day.
That's pussy
I've got
exercise,
a
we
dog.
already discussed that.
I walk the dog. That's
Your dog's tiny. You got the smallest dog in the world because you got it because you think, right, which
He
dog
drives
needs
to the
walking
field and throws the
walking
tennis
fucking
ball in the
least.
car.
Yeah. You got
I
one
mean-
of them tiny dogs and it's like, yeah, he's fine running around the house.
So it's a Jack Russell, which is a working breed, which needs more exercise than most dogs.
yeah,
so
but they're tiny, so you can just leave them in the garden. You can do laps of the garden.
no, he can't.
You can.
And also as well, we live next door to two whippets, and he fucking hates them, and they hate him. And every time they're both in the garden together, they try ripping chunks out of each other.
Oh, it sounds
Like literally,
great.
the whippet tries jumping over the hedge, and Dexter, my dog, tries sort of going through the hedge to get him. One day they're going to get to each other. It's going to be fucking carnage. It's going to be absolute carnage.
My mum and dad had a border terrier, and or a pastel terrier, one of the two. And one day I managed to get over a 6-foot wall.
Yeah.
And kill next door's rabbits and guinea pigs.
I think somebody helped to get over that. I don't think it'd get. Yeah.
I managed. It might weirdly found like a mound of mud, which gave him just enough.
Like the owner had been shoveling up for years
to get on the top of the wall. To
got that order from B&Q keeps coming in.
I'm pretty sure this is the plot to Chicken Run.
Savagely killed.
Yeah, with a little bicycle as well.
Yeah.
Savagely
a chicken
killed.
called Rocco.
Next door's guinea pigs and rabbits.
Yeah, that sounds like a Patterdale Terrier.
Yeah, and I remember it wasn't my dog. They got it after I'd left the house. I remember hearing about it and it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard.
Oh, yeah.
And then I found online, the neighbours must have forgot they'd had me on Facebook because they didn't have anyone else from the house.
Yeah.
They must have forgot they had me as well. And the amount of abuse they were giving my family. Like, if you can't be responsible dog owners, you shouldn't be allowed to own
I mean,
a dog.
to be fair,
I like the daughter had put like how heartbroken she was, and I give a little like.
So they lost the rabbit and that.
That's fucked up. Imagine that you get home tonight and have you got any pets?
No, I don't like animals.
What?
I don't like
eating them.
I don't like animals.
You don't like animals?
I don't understand how people have a connection with animals.
Are you? That's the thing that a serial killer would say.
Yeah, we've said that before, but he won't kill an animal.
Kill an animal either. Like I
could 100% kill an animal easily.
You have killed an animal in Thailand. You blew a cow up with a rocket launcher.
100%.
So I would never kill an animal. I'd kill one if I was going to eat it. I'd never kill one. I'd never kill an animal I wasn't going to eat. I wouldn't even kill a spider.
What?
I won't put a spider outside because it kills it.
Really?
Because there's a difference between them.
I decapitated a bee with a pint glass yesterday. It was in the fucking house. It wasn't leaving through the window, and I went to put the pint glass around it.
But if I did that to your Jack Russell, you'd fucking kick off.
I think I'd kill you. Like no word of a lie. I think I'd kill you or one of your kids. How many kids you got?
One.
I'd kill your kid.
He'll kill the unborn ones.
I'm not even joking. I think I'd try and kill a member of your family. I'd be that upset.
But you just killed the bee.
What, sorry?
You just killed the bee.
It didn't belong to anyone, did it?
Oh, the dog doesn't belong to you.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. It's just in your house.
But it does. All right, Peter, it doesn't belong to me, but it does fucking belong to me. It's my dog.
But I'm telling you now, your dog will be happy with another family.
What, sorry?
Your dog will be just as happy with another family.
Yes, possibly.
So he doesn't belong to you.
But it
does. You be happy with another family?
How old's your kid?
18 months.
If I took your kid away from you and gave it to another family, be happy with another family.
Yeah.
Not straight away.
I reckon within 2 weeks.
No.
2 weeks. I reckon 2 weeks.
Maybe for me, not his mum. It's taken a while to get over his mum.
No.
But for me, I reckon about 2 hours. 2 hours.
Yeah.
That fat cunt's gone, get him.
Yeah. The one with tits that don't lactate.
He loves my tits. He just thinks it's dead funny to nipple twists.
He nipple twists you.
Yeah.
I fucking hate to have children. It sounds shit. It sounds fucking shit.
But you've got a Jack Russell, and that to me sounds shit.
Yeah, but I can leave.
You have to pick up someone else's poo constantly. Wrecks your house.
Not constantly. It's not constantly shitting.
Like
it's not like your diet.
You can't go away for too long because who's going to have the dog and all that.
I leave the dog sometimes all day. All day in the house. You can't do that with your baby.
Bad dog owner, that, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's not a bad dog owner.
It is.
Sometimes dogs need to fucking have the house to themselves and chill out.
It sounds like sometimes the dog needs a wank.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes dogs just need a bit of
little pause like that. Watching Crufts 2008.
And that's it. Yeah, I suppose that's why they fuck up.
Watching the fly ball. Yeah, man.
What, getting Crufts on?
Yeah, so I don't understand your connection with that dog. You can happily kill a bee. It's the same when people go, I can't believe, like, when people kick off about Koreans eating dogs.
Yeah. I have no problem with that.
Eat a dog.
The dog's never gonna really wrong you, though. That's the thing. They're just so like.
Feeding it?
I would happily slaughter a chicken or a cow or a pig or any of that because in my head that is food.
Yeah.
Whereas my dog is pet.
No, I just see your dog as an animal. That's all I see it as.
To see all animals are just the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd happily. If someone said to me, "Oh well, if you had to kill, could you kill your own meat?" Piece of fucking piss. I would kneel on a chicken's neck and fucking Rambo it to
If I was going to
fucking.
eat it, yeah, no problem.
I'd do it for fun.
I wouldn't, no.
You'd kill a chicken for a laugh.
Yeah. If someone said to prove a point,
No, but
Pedo,
that's
man.
more psychopathic than me.
why?
Because
I don't look. I don't look at certain animals and think that their lives have intrinsic value.
Do you
I don't
run
know any
over a
animal.
pigeon if it's in your way?
What? Sorry.
Will you run over a pigeon if it's in your way?
So, what do you mean by run over a
Like
pigeon?
it's just there and it's like not moving.
Would I break for a pigeon?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Not under any circumstance. That's like wasting about 6 pence worth of fuel in this economy. No, well, you're not meant to. You're not meant to
I know,
break.
I know.
You're
Yeah,
always meant to follow through, aren't you?
Yeah.
But, no,
If I ran over a cat, legitimately,
You'd laugh.
No, I wouldn't laugh. What I'd do is I'd probably look at it, see what damage it's done to my car first of all.
And then try to invoice the owner.
I always thought about that if you ran over a cyclist.
And you damage your car.
Yeah, so if you ran over a cyclist and you
But it was their
put them in
fault.
hospital and it was their fault, but they did damage to your car, who pays?
you do. Cyclists and pedestrians
Priority.
own 90% of the road.
But that can't be fair. If they make a
Not fair,
mistake,
it's the rule. I once ran over an half fella and it was his fault. And they tried to, and they claimed it's me.
really?
Yeah, I'm
Fucking
fuming.
cunts.
It's like if you're on your driving test and then pedestrian puts the
owns
foot
90% of the road,
on the road to cross and you're trying to turn him right. If you trying to make that turn when they put their foot down on the road, it's a fail straight away.
Well, they've changed it now, haven't they? And so
Yeah,
so now
done
it's like
something.
pedestrian, cyclist, car, van, lorry. That's
yeah,
like
they've
the-
done something, haven't they, with the pedestrians? Like I think
They
all
always
the
have right of
cyclists-
way, basically.
Yeah. Like, that's what the police officer told me. He said, oh, yeah, well... Because the police come and knock after, like, I ran this fella over.
How old was he?
Well, he was in a care home, like when it's a care home. An old
Well,
person,
he's in a care home
an
now.
old person flat, do you know what I mean? Like lodging. So like,
Assisted living.
yeah, basically he was like independent, but they have someone on reception
Yeah.
in case you fucking have a fall. We had to fall off my taxi. Yeah, so police come and put it down as possession error. I said, yeah, it was all his fault, don't worry about it. And then he still was allowed
Pedestrian.
still allowed
error.
to claim to me. The police were like, oh yeah, the pedestrian owns.
That's
90% of the
shocking.
road.
That's shocking.
Wound me up. something
Well, he got run over on the other 10. Fuck off.
yeah. Pissed me off something wrong.
That's shocking.
They're allowed. But anyway, getting
It's
back
the
to
law,
animals.
innit?
Yeah.
So
Do you get many people on this podcast that are going to be really upset by this?
I don't know.
Well,
no,
I've
because I've
said it
mentioned
now,
it a couple of
haven't
times. Because I'll be honest with you, right?
Said it now,
I-
haven't I?
I
like to live my life by that.
I would-
It's happened now.
Yeah.
hasn't it? You
if someone
move
put your Jack Russell on a plate,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is how we cooked it. Nah, I'd eat it. Like,
Okay. I don't blame it. If someone put your kid on a plate and said, this is how we eat it, yeah.
So you'd eat human.
would you human? Yeah.
You would,
Just
wouldn't you?
specifically one of his.
yeah.
Just out of spite.
Yeah.
Just to get back to me. I'll have that
100.
kid.
One
yeah.
day
Do you know
I'll
what
eat
as well?
Rob's kids.
Do you know what as well? Is if you ate my dog, I'd eat one little bit of yours and I'd go, I don't like it. And I'd leave it.
Yeah,
I'd leave
yeah.
it. So it wasn't even
You've
nutrition for
ruined
me.
this.
Yeah.
You cook the shit out of it.
This one's burnt.
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you ever eat human?
No, I don't think it's a human.
If it was legal though, and they said you're legit allowed to eat this human now.
No, I don't think it's human. 'Cause I value human life.
So I'll be honest, it depends who's cooked it.
Right.
If it was Heston Blumenthal or something like that,
Yeah, but you couldn't trust that it was human then. It'd be like, oh, come and eat a human. And the next thing is ice cream.
well, why would that be worse? Why would that be worse? How dare you, Heston?
Human tasting ice cream. No, I don't know. I'd be intrigued to eat, to see what it's like. It's chicken, innit? It's chicken. Like, it's a white meat. If you cook us, we go white, wouldn't we?
I don't know.
Apparently, we taste like crocodile, which is it's got the texture of chicken, but it's quite fishy.
Who'd you learn that off?
Well, I've eaten crocodile, but I've heard
I don't
it.
think whether I've eaten crocodile.
Who do you know on the dark web that's told you what humans taste like? In this
We're having this-
Discord
it's in this
group, that's
Discord,
what-
yeah.
We're having this.
Cannibal section.
We're-
Let's go
we're-
to the cannibal bit of the Discord.
We're having a chat.
Nonsense, cannibals.
We're having a
it's in
chat on our
alphabetical order.
Discord about what you'd eat if the police ever came. And someone said an onion like an apple. And I was like, nah, mate, have yourself some human.
Would you? I'd just be intrigued to see what it'd be like, just to, if it's nice or not. Crocodile.
What's the weirdest
Where
shit
do
you've
you
ever
get
eaten?
No, I'm obviously not an oyster.
An oyster? That's the weirdest stuff you've ever eaten.
What would you class as weird?
Kangaroo.
Oh, no,
That's not weird. It's exotic, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never had anything like that.
I've had stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, crocodile's nice.
Yeah.
What have you had?
Ostrich, kangaroo.
Ostrich is nice.
I've had that like tough me.
Did you? Oh, I had it as a burger.
Yeah, so did I, like in the German market sort of thing.
Oh, I liked it.
Yeah.
Is that real ostrich though? They just fucking say it.
Say it's ostrich, don't it?
Horse.
Osterreich.
Do you get any mad shit when you went on your little tour of Asia?
It's Osterreich.
Did I eat any mad shit? Into a little food vendor in Barley.
Go.
Right? And it was one of these little tiny, fucking, this is my restaurant on my bike, do you know what I mean, type things. And this guy was like, oh, this old lady, she does fucking great stuff. It's different every day.
You don't get the shits at all when
you're
lovely.
Over there.
Yeah,
man. She goes, it's lovely every day. You'll enjoy
the
it.
man who gets the shit.
So we got this little bowl, right? And it was like a little meat dumpling.
Yeah.
And it was like some broth and it was nice, I'm eating it and I went, oh, this is nice. And then the guy ate some meat and he goes,
this is the calf of a 9-year-old.
He walks over to the woman and he goes, now. And she goes, and he goes, and then like that. And then they come back.
That exact.
And he goes,
that is exactly what they said, isn't it?
And he goes like this, he goes, don't worry, it's not dog. And I was like, fuck. Apparently he tasted it and he's eaten dog before.
Yeah.
And he thought that it tasted like dog.
Would you eat dog?
It depends. If it was a 5-star Chinese restaurant and it was like fucking, yeah, I'd eat dog.
So was it just because you think it'd taste nice because they've done it properly?
Yeah.
So,
if it was just if it was in the street and it was like a fucking
right, you want to know that
Labrador that's been skinned.
You want to know it's been reared to be ate.
Next shop they're selling rugs. Like.
No, I've never really eaten anything too exotic then, I suppose.
Do you have any scorpion on the stick? Anything like that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There's a video of me knocking about. Not nice.
Wasn't it?
No, it just tasted of shit. And so.
I just imagine they fry it so much that it just tastes like.
Yeah, it just tastes of shit. It just tastes horrible because
chocolate covered hands.
It's not nicely fried or anything like that. It's just crap. And then the girl that I was with, she was a comic out there. She was like,
I don't know why, but even when you said the girl who I was with, she's waiting for you to go child.
Comic out there. Yeah. She said it's only tourists that buy 10. That. She said the amount of money that you spent on that, I would spend that on a whole chicken for my family.
Yeah.
And I was like,
shut up and just shut me.
But I was like, oh, right.
Not ask me.
Yeah. Because in my country, that's actually such a little amount of money that I find it funny to burn it. So, soz.
Why was she saying it like as if like, oh, it's such a mad amount of money?
She couldn't believe it. So it was kind of like if we went shopping in Harrods with like an Arab billionaire.
Yeah.
And he was just buying Rolexes and just fucking lobbing them.
You were in Thailand.
Yeah.
An Arab billionaire here. Wow, I can see why people want to go.
Yeah, I do want to go at some point like that.
Mate, it's right. So here's the thing: is you go in, and everybody knows that you are rich comparatively, and have a big willy comparatively.
Steady on.
So imagine being able to walk in. Imagine
the
knowing
biggest dick and wallet they've ever seen.
Exactly.
Wow. That's what we all work for, isn't it? To have the biggest dick and the biggest wallet in the room. I'm just thinking about foods I've had now. I feel a bit annoyed.
You feeling left out?
Yeah, I'd like to have eaten something a bit more
posh boy like you.
Weird. An oyster.
You're doing the posh. You're doing the posh thing, are you?
What do you mean?
Is that the banter that you guys have? Like you said that he's posh.
Sometimes I like to mention the
sort of after 70, 80 hours of this, it's just noise, isn't it?
Yeah, and then he hits you back and goes, "You went to private school."
Oh yeah, they all
and
know
then you
that.
go, "Oh." You pretend
Hunting.
like you were some sort of like
Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah.
Just a poor lad from Southie that was given a chance. That's all.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's not my fault.
Fuck off.
It's not my fault. I could just play.
Fuck off. Hey, lads, do you like apples?
What else have we
I've got a
missed out?
full number there, kid. How'd you like them fucking apples?
Do you like apples? What about onions?
What else have we missed out about the stories?
Who's got that great bit? There's a bit, such a funny stand-up bit.
Probably me.
No, it's a bit where
it wasn't just noises.
Yeah.
He says, you know the bit in Good Will Hunting where he gets the girl's number and he finds the guy in the bar and he sticks it. He goes, "Do you like apples?"
I like those apples banging against the window.
Yeah, he says
your favourite film.
He says that relies so heavily on that guy saying yes. Like the amount of time. Hey, do you like apples? It's like, not really. No, it's like, I've got a number. What fruits do you like? Bananas. All right, okay. Do you like bananas, mate? I've got a number. How do you like them bananas?
I've not seen it.
It's a great bit.
Favourite
You've not
film.
seen Good Will Hunting?
You die in it.
I'll tell you what it is it's the best fucking film 45 minutes in, right? And then so 45 minutes.
Caliber's up there for me, mate.
From zero to 45 minutes, every scene is a fucking banger, and then you get to the point where he is talking to Robin Williams is talking to Will Hunting across the pond, and he's like, he goes, "If I ask you about art, you probably never, you know what I mean."
But you ever smelt the Sistine Chapel?
Yeah, yes. If I ask you about war,
been there.
Once more into the breach, my friend.
If I ask you about love, you may have even been laid a few times, but you can't tell me what it's like to be in a woman's arms and be completely vulnerable. All this shit, right? And then he goes, "You're just a scared kid." He goes, "But if you want to be in, I'm all in, chief." And that's the bit, right?
Yeah.
And then fuck all happens in that film for an hour. And then it's not your fault.
No,
it's not your fault. Don't do this to me, man.
No, Freddy,
it's not your fault.
You're missing. There's a great scene with Ben Affleck and Will Hunting when he says to him, so what's happening with the interviews? And he's like, "Oh, I don't know." And he's like, "Well, what do you mean?" And I was like, "Well, what, are you going to take the job?" He's like, I don't know if I'm going to do anything like that." He goes, What do you mean?
I'd give anything to you.
I'll probably just lay brick with you, sort of thing. It's like, what do you mean lay brick with me? You've been given a golden ticket. Any one of these fellas would die for what you've got, and you're too much of a pussy to cash it in. And he goes, "Oh," and Will Hunting goes, "Oh, don't give me all that. Oh, you're letting yourself down." I was like, "You're not letting yourself down. You're letting me down." Because if in 40 years' time you're still laying brick on a building site, I'll kill you myself. I will kill you myself because it's a fucking waste of your time.
He's gonna start crying in a minute.
Mate, it's my favourite. So it's a waste of your time. Fucking get Are
you quoting a film, or it sounds like you're talking about your life there?
I told you, it's Good Will Hunting. It's me.
Right.
You're not Good Will Hunting.
I am.
No, you're not.
I am.
You're like Blackfish.
I just didn't have the.
My life's like Wolf of Wall Street. I'm like that guy.
You're not Wolf.
You're not Wolf of Wall Street. We saw you.
The Wolf of Wall Street, mate.
We saw you with drugs in the castle, and you definitely aren't Wolf of Wall Street.
I was on what in the castle?
Are we really doing what drugs did to us in the castle stories?
No.
Stop
Wholesome.
6 weeks, is it?
Carry on with your Good Will Hunting spiel. Take us to the 37, Bob. Off we go.
She's
sponsored by Top Rope. Bob's.
Is that what you do? Is you wait till 37? Do you?
It just seems to be 1 hour 37. Seems to be weird.
He's made it a thing.
Has he?
Yeah.
What a prick.
Yeah.
Why?
I would make a thing at 58.
Why?
To save myself
1 hour 58?
No, just 58.
Oh,
I
can work with that, man. I can work with 58. With the wrong side of the 58.
I can't believe you. Sorry, this is
about Good Will Hunting.
Go on. Yeah, no.
There's so many much better scenes.
I think.
But it's Fred. He's going to have that opinion of it.
What do you mean?
You're going to have that opinion.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
This is what I mean. I said about you. You never on. I can't ever think of one time. You either go like, "This is the way it is." Someone will tell you something, and you go, "All right, fair enough," and then you'll be, "That's the way it is." You're never undecided about anything.
Yeah, that's because I've got lots of opinions.
One thing have you ever been not undecided about?
Kids.
What have I never been undecided about?
8-year-olds.
Do you know what? I'm not sure actually. If you give me an opinion, if you give me something, I've generally got an opinion on it most of the time. Oh, do you know what? I've not really got an opinion on. What was I going to say then? Like transgender women's spaces and stuff like that, and bathrooms and stuff.
Yeah, you joke about that all the time, though.
No, but I don't really have an opinion on it. So I don't really
mixed. But I'll tell you what your opinion is. You're all for bathrooms for everyone.
No, I'm
it.
sort of like I don't
Kids,
know what
women,
I honestly
trans, aliens.
I don't know what the answer is.
Get them in the bog.
I don't know what the answer is, and also as well, I know that it's got nothing to do with me, so I kind of just go, you sort it out amongst yourselves.
Yeah,
I think it's the leftist thing you've ever said in your life.
Probably is.
There's no fret for us, is there? So it's like not asked.
I'm not bothered. It doesn't affect me.
There's no fret for us.
And I don't know. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about.
It's only good news, isn't it?
I don't know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? So I'll just let you guys figure it out yourselves, and whatever you want to fucking decide, I'm still going to live my life in exactly the same way. Things that don't affect me, I don't care about. But everything else, I've got to...
See, when it comes to transgender,
Freddie
looked at his hands and saw, I don't have nail polish on, so I'll just leave this.
Freddie's only allowed to use public toilets that homosexual UFC fighters can use.
No, I'm
How
just
do you feel
like...
about that?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sort of like, yeah, you guys figure it out. Do you know what I mean?
You're not that at all.
So
no, I am.
Toilets
Genuinely.
is the one that you're not bothered about.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. Just whatever they want to figure out, they figure out. I don't know how I feel
like
about
that with a lot of stuff.
I don't
That's
know.
like me about a lot of stuff.
I don't know how I feel
couldn't
about
give a fuck.
trans people competing in sports. I don't know how I feel about that. I think
I know how you feel.
No,
about
I
that.
genuinely don't. There's some people who it's like, look, I think the problem is that every sport is different. And I think that if you have somebody...
Darts versus the 100 meters.
Exactly. If you had somebody that transitioned 3 months ago and wants to be in the UFC, maybe that's a problem. If you have somebody who transitioned at 12 and wants to do clay pigeon shooting, what's the fucking issue? But to lump them all in as the same thing, and I don't know enough about sports or enough about the issues to know. So I just go, well, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that is a...
I'm the same. It's not asked.
I'm
doesn't
not
affect me.
No, I'm not going to go for gold in anything. It's not going to...
But do you know what as well is I think it's so pathetic when sort of like...
You'll have an opinion when a transgender comic gets a TV spot that you're not going to get, though.
Oh, no, I really don't care about that.
What?
I was saying, you'd have an issue when a trans woman gets a TV spot that he...
No,
he
because...
could have got
No.
Fucking...
No, I don't, because...
I don't like all this political...
Because the thing is they're never going them or me. It's never a 50-50 between us both. I was never being considered. What do I want this comedian to do? To turn around and go, listen, thank you for the opportunity, but Freddie Quinne's not been... fuck off. Of course. By all means, if they're taking you to tick a box, fucking go for it. Tick that box.
Oh, yeah, as the individual, definitely.
Yeah,
TV's
fuck
dead
it.
now, innit? This is where it's at, bro. This is where it's at.
The quality content we're putting out.
My throat's just killing me now.
You got 3 minutes left as well.
On the second bit of, like, you know when you're hungover and then you get back on it, you get that little sharp stab.
Yeah. You don't know if you're going to be sick or just like...
It's just like you got to get through it. It just burns on the way down. But I enjoyed my first top row. I have to get another 12 of them from there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what do they... What do you give them in return?
Yeah, they're like...
We promised them a shout out.
Really?
That was it, because they said they're not paying us. So
I really like the first bit. The second one I've left half of. It's gross.
Really?
Yeah, it's not nice at all.
See, I'm the opposite. I really
my
like
first one was lovely. It was the 6.5 with top of the rope.
the Indian pale ale.
Top of the sun on us. This one, the strawberry and blackberry wheat beer, it's been...
I like that one. Do you know what the thing is, though, is with all breweries, you get fucking some, as long as there's two that you go, I fucking love that, great. But they'll always make some that you go,
What is your favourite beer?
What the hell is this? Titanic Plum Porter.
I think mine's Club Tropical from...
Tiny Rebel.
Tiny Rebel, yeah.
So you two are big IPA heads.
Yeah, I got into the IPA last year. Like.
Plum Porter's a porter, so... The clue being in the name.
It's not an IPA.
Porter.
That,
Porter. Yes.
neither of us know what porter is.
It's sort of like a stout.
Why say that then?
Because it's called...
Try to make me look a dickhead there.
It's called Plum Porter. You did it all on your own.
I knew you were trying to do it.
I wasn't trying to make you look like a
Porter,
dickhead.
because it's porter. Yeah, porter, yeah. Stout. Oh, why don't you say stout?
You're very... everything has to be a certain... Like, it's bolognese can't have mushrooms in. It's not a bolognese
Can't
anymore.
have mushrooms in. It's not a bolognese.
Carbonara can't have onions in.
No, it can't. If I ordered a carbonara and it came with onions, it would be sent back. It doesn't matter how busy it was. Doesn't matter how hungry I was. I wouldn't fucking pay for it.
an immigration joke then, but I couldn't. I haven't got the capacity.
The what?
When you went, it would be sent back, and I was trying to think of something to do with immigrants, and I couldn't do it. I haven't got the energy there.
Not that way of thinking, are you?
No. 1 minute 36. What it's been a good ep, that.
I've enjoyed it, yeah. By the way,
I think it's been a good one.
So, Freddy, what do you want to pull? What do you want to plug?
Pull.
Besides in this podcast, every time we ask.
Oh, I thought you were going to do another pedo joke then.
Yeah.
Should have. It's your fault that I set you up.
I have a podcast.
9-year-old, there you go.
It is called Dead Men Talking. I do it with Rob Mulholland. It is the #1 podcast in the stand-up podcast charts at the moment.
You were posting about that, and that's where I learned we were in the stand-up podcast.
Yeah, you're like number 5, number 6.
Shut up.
You are.
I didn't even know.
How many?
We've never looked.
7.
We've never looked. Someone told us once we were number 4 on some chart. We were like, oh,
I literally look at the Patreon and the YouTube.
Yeah, that's lit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just look at the numbers of downloads.
I don't know what the charts are because everyone seems to be in the chart.
Yeah.
Every podcast seems to be.
Yeah, have you not
we're this on the chart.
Yeah, have you not noticed they all just trying to find the smallest chart possible to dominate? Like, we're if you look at law/humor/ interesting podcast chart, we're top of that. It's like, how many keywords I have to put in for you to be top of that chart?
In Nicaragua.
Charts for DJs, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's called Dead Men Talking. You can find us on social media at Dead Men Talk Pod, or YouTube or Spotify or iTunes. Just find Dead Men Talking. We've also got a Discord server that's free to enter. Basically, if you like fucked up, horrible humour and disgusting videos and stuff, then we're the podcast that scrapes the barrel more than anyone else, and that's the pitch.
Lovely.
So, any pedos, murderers, rapists, anyone out there? This guy.
Yeah, your money's just as good as anyone else's.
Yeah, before you go away for 30 years, make sure you don't cancel your Patreon.
Yeah, sell that direct debit.
Yeah, sweet. Nice one then, Fred. Top Rope Brewery. If you Google them, go on their website, buy some of the beers, you get 50% off with the discount code MOVEMENT.
Freddie hated it, but for me, Mick Foley versus Edge.
Freddie liked his first one.
Yeah, he liked the first one, Mick Foley versus Edge. I enjoyed that one in particular.
Love of Wrestling. That was a nice one. Strawberry and Blackberry. That's one that Freddie liked. And my favourites was... I can't even reach it.
It didn't matter. You speak different if you lean forward.
Head of the table. Head of the table.
Sounded like an accordion.
Right then, am I knocking it off?
Yeah, go on, call it quits.
Right.
Nice one. Thanks
Ta-da.
very much. Ta-da.